It's been over 40 years since they released their debut album, and now, well, Tears for Fears are back. Well, Curt and Roland from Tears for Fears join me now. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you.
So good to see you both. And Songs for a Nervous Planet. If ever that was a title that kind of summed up the world.
It was, there's a book by Matt Haig. I don't know if you remember him or know him.
Yeah.
He wrote a book called Notes on a Nervous Planet.
He did, yes.
Which I found very handy in 2018.
Right.
When I was getting a bit anxious about everything. And what it is, it's the nervous planet, isn't a comment on the way the world is now with all the wars and the eco-disasters and that kind of stuff. It's more a comment on how do you get the information. So a lot of people get it from their mobile phones, social media, or news feeds, which are, by their very nature, divisive.
Yes.
So it's about how do you protect yourself
I like that.
from the world of social media. So that's why it's the way we receive the information that makes us nervous.
I get it, and I heartily approve. Heartily approve.
Excellent.
I've been banging on about that for ages. This has been sort of like 40 years in the making, in a sense, hasn't
42
it?
years, pretty much.
42 years? Yeah. Wow.
I guess it took us that long to get good, for one thing, but we just felt in the last couple of tours we've been at the top of our game.
Yeah.
And with the release of The Tipping Point a couple of years ago, we got to add those songs in. Sure. So, and they fit in so nicely with the older material. And we felt very confident about the shows, and we felt it was fresh and new to us. And some of the versions of the older songs we feel are better live now than the originals. Sure. So we felt...
we get all the ones we love and know.
Oh, they're all there.
They're all there in this album,
yes.
which is great. But we also get things like Astronaut, which is a beautiful, beautiful song. Yeah,
we felt it was important to add some new material because we didn't want to just talk about old songs. Obviously, we still are continuously working and recording. Yeah. And so we went in the studio at the beginning of this year with the intent of recording 1 or 2 tracks, ended up being recording 4 tracks that went incredibly quickly and well, and loved them so much that we decided to put them at the beginning of the album. So effectively, it's a hybrid album. We feel like it's an EP of 4 new songs with then 18 new live
versions, the live versions of having it. So for people that weren't able to see you, they've got the experience of the live performance in this.
Yeah, I mean, that's and it is 99.9% recorded on that one night.
Yeah. But the songs are incredible, and everybody wants to rule the world. And then it was, I remember, everybody wants to run the world. We all had the T-shirt, you know, and it was just incredible. And but so many people have put their own spin on this song because it's meant so much to them. Let's have we listen to just some of them. Isn't that fantastic that your song? Yeah. And there's so many different types of music.
Well, it's always interesting. It's always interesting to hear other interpretations of it. You know,
it's the gift that keeps on giving.
It does. Yes. It really does. And I mean, Niall Horan is again introduced to a whole new generation.
Great singer.
My neighbour.
Is he your neighbour?
He literally lives 6 houses down the road from me.
He's such an angel. He's such a good lad, and I know how much he admires your songwriting and you know. Everything that you do, and he did it beautifully too. Can we talk about this, because this was generated by artificial intelligence, is that right?
Yes,
but the idea was.
Yeah. The idea was? So how did that work? How did you do that?
We have a track, as you said, called Astronaut.
Yes.
And that is, in a sense, the title track. So we just came up with this idea that is very Tears for Fears. Take an astronaut and put him in the field of sunflowers. Yes. So that was the mandate. And this guy used a bit of AI, which we got stick for, by the way.
Oh, you shouldn't get stick for it. We should use it. I mean, there it is.
It's a tool, you know. I mean, basically, if it was just AI and you put in, you know, give me an astronaut in a field of sunflowers, you would not get that.
No.
It's an artist that created it.
Exactly. Somebody has to create the idea. Yeah. I mean, you know, AI isn't going to replace people that are creative. It's not going to replace you guys. No. It's not at all.
I kind of liken it to when, you know, drum machines first came out and people complained that means drummers aren't going to work anymore. No, it doesn't. You know, you're still going to use drummers. You're still going to use real trumpets, even though we have samples of them now. Right. So it's just another tool. That's all it is.
That's the way to look at it, rather than a threat.
Exactly.
You know, think of it as something that's actually going to enhance things. Yeah. And there we are, which is good. So good to see you. And the album Songs for a Nervous Planet is out right now, and I just love it. Isn't it great that everybody's doing vinyl now?
Yeah.
It's lovely. Yeah.
I mean, the packaging is so much better at that size, vinyl size.
Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.